What's up, world? Welcome to a new episode of the Brandon Janeau Show. I am Brandon Janeau, and as always, you can find my podcast on all podcast platforms everywhere. Brandon Janeau Show, as well as for social media, Instagram, TikTok, Brandon Janeau Show. On Instagram, it's underscore at the end of show, so it's underscore Brandon Janeau Show underscore. And on TikTok, it's just Brandon Janeau Show, and always on YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow. Shout out to all the new followers. Appreciate it. All the views, all the subscribers, man. I appreciate it so much, man. I appreciate it. Um, let's get into it. Tonight's episode is point of view of random shit. So there was a lot of things I wanted to talk about, and there's a lot of things I don't want to talk about because I really don't give a shit about shit like that. But I was watching TMZ today on TV, and James Vanderbeek. I hope I said his name right. James Vanderbeek. Dawson's Creek. Varsity Blues. Yeah, Mox. like, uh, you know, that that actor, the actor. I think he was on social media. He posted on his social media a very interesting thing, and I actually thought that was pretty interesting. Um, and I wanted to talk about it. And so he was talking pretty much about Joe Biden, and he was talking about how he thinks that there should be there should be a pretty much a debate for Joe Biden's spot as presidency, but more so in the Democratic Party. And and he was just talking about how 75% of people that support the Democratic Party wants Joe Biden kind of in a debate to see if he's not physically, but mentally all there, capable to still be president. I thought that was interesting. And I said like this. When this happened 3 years ago now, I wasn't a huge Biden fan. I'm like, I don't see the point of Biden being president, just like I don't see the point of Trump being president. I don't see the point of either man being president. And it brings me back to something that Cat Williams said on uh on one of his specials, and he was like, "This country got so fucked up with I think it was Bush. He's like, can we date a president? Like, can we date a president? Can we see how this shit goes for a couple months and then maybe like come back around and say, okay, yeah, we can fuck with you." But like, but that's kind of how I look at this. Like, I didn't think Trump was a great president. Never did. Thought he's a reality star that got the highest seat in this country's, you know, political field. Like, that is supposed to be a diplomat pretty much for the entire country, but can't shut the fuck up. Like, he can't. Oh, like at press conferences, he can't shut the fuck up. He can't stop talking. Like, that is a bit of a fucking problem for a president. When you're telling, and I don't want to say every country's our enemies, but telling other countries what we're going through in press conferences, it's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And then and he made it worse when you went on Twitter and then started typing the shit. It's worse, motherfucker. That's not good. Um, so I didn't think Trump was a great president. I don't know why the fuck people was running out there screaming that they wanted Trump. Like, what did he do for you particularly that make you want him? Like, what did he do? And I know people gonna say he did this, he did that. What did he do for you? But I could flip that coin and say I didn't want Biden either. I thought Biden was a terrible fucking choice for the Democrats. Bernie Sanders, I would have loved to have seen if he was president, but at the same time, Bernie's just as old as Biden. Like, I don't understand how either man would have. It just. Ugh. But I didn't like Biden as president. I voted, but I more so voted because Kamala Harris. And I know people gonna sit here and say, "So you just voted because she was the first black woman to be a vice president?" Yeah, yeah. Just like y'all voted for Barack Obama because he was the first black man that literally made sense to be president. Yeah, the Democratic Party is fucked. This is why I'm talking about this because James Van Der Beek brought up a pretty good point. He did bring up a pretty good point, and that is, and that is technically, can a sitting president debate still for the political party's vote? I think that's something that should be brought up more because imagine Republicans have, and I know Republicans was just fully onto Trump because they already had given him the seat. It's kind of like, well, we're in the House, we got it. Like, let's not rock the boat here. And that's kind of the problem with the government sometimes. It's like you don't want to rock the fucking boat, and that's the problem. Like once you're in the seat, once you are the, your sitting president is the Democratic nomination or the Republican nomination. You're not gonna rock the boat. You're not even gonna try to debate that shit. You're not even gonna try to make that into a situation. And I feel like why I thought this was intriguing is because out of all of the times we could have done that, this is the most unique time to do it. It is the most interesting time to do it because I do think we do need a debate for the Democratic Party. Even though Biden is the active president, we need a debate. Here's the problem with that though. There's nobody in the Democratic Party that will go against Biden. Not because they can't. Democratic Party has kind of been suffering the last couple of years, if you not realize, since Biden has taken over as president, right? So there's not really anyone that you're like can go up against him in a debate. And I'm a little bit I'm a little bit torn in a sense of this country. I've always been torn about this country. Not because I think this country is great. No. I've been torn about this country because we tell people that the kids are the future, but we don't do shit to actually enhance the future for kids. When you have an 80-year-old president sitting in the White House and getting older, not younger, older by the days. And next year, when the debates come around, he's not gonna be sharp mentally. So that's why I do believe we do need a debate. But again, they've kind of fucked up the Democratic Party. They don't really have anybody that could go up against, that could really go up against Biden in a sense. I don't like the government sometimes. Well, let me go back and phrase this. I don't like the government because you don't really do shit to fix what you deem, quote unquote, the future. You have older people sitting, taking money for whatever causes, whatever reasons, letting young kids in schools get killed. That's the future. And then we come back around and you say you can't do nothing about the gun control. The reason why I also feel like that is another reason why I say Biden should get into debate is when you go on a TV and say there's nothing you can do, your hands are tied about gun control because we've pretty much set every standard out there for the Republican Party to you know adjust to it, and they still won't budge. Well, there's nothing I can do. You're the sitting fucking president. You're telling me there's nothing you can fucking do? And that's another reason why a lot of people like Trump. Because Trump got shit done in their eyes. Because Trump made shit happen. At the end of the day, man, I don't know what's gonna happen in 2024. Next year. I don't even know is that the fuck gonna happen at the end of this year. That shit might pick up steam, and they might be real conversation. Excuse me, to be had about the Democratic Party having a real conversation um about this about Biden, because that's a serious situation. Because that is a real thing. Like he's not getting younger; he's getting older, man. And next year, by the time this debate comes around, where he has to debate somebody to be president again, we will have for 8 years. Think about this: for the last shit, not even 8 years, 16 years, we have three different sitting presidents. No, I skipped the whole fucking year. 12 years. I'm sorry. God, Jesus. For 12 years, we'll have three different sitting presidents. That's crazy. Because I know damn well Biden's not beating whoever the fuck the Republican put out there. He's not mentally sharp to do this shit forever. For another 4 years, you think Biden got a chance? Fuck no. Come on. So for 12 years, we have three different presidents. 2016, we had Trump to 2020. Then Biden took over. 2020 to 2024 will be Biden. 2024 to 2028, whoever the Republicans got is going to be the sitting president for the next 4 years. Or they might fix this shit and actually say, you know what? Biden does need to have a debate. We need to regain interest in Biden. The best way to do that is to put him in a debate, put him with some young Democratic people that you believe in, and let them go and prove that they deserve a chance to be president too. Because at the end of the day, man, you keep going to get these old ass dudes to make change. One of the reasons why this goddamn country is the way it is. They didn't fix shit in the 90s, the 80s, the early 2000s, the 70s, the 60s. They really didn't fix shit. They just let the fucking cards fall where they may, right? Like they just let shit fall where it went. They never really tried to fix shit. And I feel like this is why this country's so fucking broken, man. But who am I? Just to do with a podcast. I just had to get that shit out. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm Brandon Janeau. Peace.